Warren Buffett, worth over $100 billion, says the best investment that he's ever made wasn't in stocks, wasn't in real estate, it was in a communication course. And in this video, I'm gonna give you the same strategies my students had to pay over $7,000 to learn entirely for free. If you want to instantly build trust, connection, and influence, you're going to want to watch this one all the way through because these skills are going to change your life. I've personally coached over 200 sales reps, these exact same skills, and I've not only watched them make more money, close more deals, but I've also seen them get a great boost in confidence as well. And even if you're not in sales, you'll still get massive value out of this because communication is a skill that can improve any career, any relationship, and anyone's impression of you. Here's the thing, the purpose of communication is understanding. Every time someone talks to you, they're trying to get a thought, an idea, a feeling, or something from their perspective to yours. And I challenge anyone watching this to think of a single time that someone was communicating without the desire for something to be understood. And I've been asking people this for over 5 years now, and no one's been able to provide an example yet. But here's the problem. Just because you understand someone doesn't mean that they know you understand them or feel understood. If you want people to trust and connect with you, you have to communicate to them that you understand them. And this is where acknowledgement comes in. Acknowledgement is any form of communication, words, tone, body language, facial expressions that makes someone feel understood. This can be as simple as summarizing what they just said, agreeing with them, or a well-timed wow, no way, with the right tonality and body language. Now here's a mini challenge for you. In your next conversation, focus on acknowledging the other person and making sure they feel understood instead of just automatically responding, and see what happens. And when I was coaching these hundreds of sales reps, some of my students would practice for hours and then come back to the next group coaching session with incredible stories. They'd say things like, my conversations are so much more engaging now, and I feel a big boost in confidence. And over again, people would talk about being able to have incredible conversations with people that they've never even met before. Why is this? That's because when you make someone feel understood, you light up their brain with feel-good chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and it literally just releases a party of neurochemicals that build trust, make you feel satisfied and safe, and just build connection. And with that, there's two main types of acknowledgements. First, you have continue acknowledgements. And these acknowledgements basically make someone feel understood, but send the message that you want them to continue sharing about whatever they're talking about. Usually these are 1 to 3 words and have an upward inflection. Really? No way. What happened? And when done right, these are our cheat code for having people share more information about sensitive topics, or a cheat code for making people go on about topics that you're interested in. And the next type of acknowledgement is a finish acknowledgement. And once again, you're making the other person feel understood, but you're sending the message that that topic's complete and we don't need to share anything else about that at this time, and we can move on to something else. And these types of acknowledgements could either be a word or a few words or an entire sentence. And usually these have a downward inflection. For example, got it, understood, or so you said the key thing is fill in the blank. These are great for moving on to different topics and really just being able to direct a conversation so you can end topics in a polite, respectful way and move on to things that you really want to talk about. Now, many wealthy people say time is more valuable than money, but an even smaller group says attention is more valuable than both. And that's because attention is what directs what people do with their time and do with their money. And what directs attention? Interest. And people are interested in what they believe to be important and true. Whether it's true or not, they just have to feel that it's real. And this is why when you find things you have in common with other people, it just instantly boosts interest, trust, connection, and engagement. Imagine that you're in a line surrounded by strangers, but then all of a sudden the person in front of you is wearing a hat from your favorite sports team or your favorite YouTuber or your favorite musician. Instantly, you have something in common, and even though you never met the person before, you can jump into a great conversation that flows naturally. The more you can highlight what's real to someone, the more interested they're going to be, the more they're going to like the conversation and engage with the conversation. And on the flip side, disagreements can destroy conversations and even end relationships. And while it can be tempting to just agree with people because you know how powerful it is now, do not agree with people if you don't truly agree with them. Subconsciously, not only will they be able to feel that you're being inauthentic, but worse, if you start agreeing with things that aren't real for you, agreement is so powerful that it magnetizes things into your life. And if you do it often enough, you will not like the people around you. You will not like what you're doing for a career. And it can be super hard if you're just a people pleaser and very agreeable. I was like this as a kid. God bless my mother. Got it from her. But literally, when you start making sure to only do what's true for you, you will probably cut out a lot of people in your life, might even have to change careers, but I swear, if you do it for long enough, you will wake up one day where every person in your life is real for you and you are passionate and interested in what you do every day of your life. So do not agree if you don't actually agree. But if you want conversations to go well, you can focus on the areas that you actually agree. Finally, we're going to get into mirroring, and believe it or not, it's in our DNA to mirror naturally. Every human being has mirror neurons that automatically start copying the body language, the tonality, and the energy of the people that they're around. But when you do this intentionally, you can actually supercharge how fast you build trust and connection with someone else. For example, when I have calls with super successful business professionals that happen to be very analytical, I'll match their tone and their pace, and they'll see me as someone who's intelligent, reliable, and professional. But if I'm out on date night or celebrating a friend's birthday, then I'll be more laid back and more playful. With that, science says body language is 7 times more important than the words you say for communication, and tonality is 5 times more important than the words that you say. And if you match these subtly, people will feel like they've known you forever, even if you just met, and they'll feel like you get them. And you can do it in a way where they have no idea that you're even intentionally mirroring them. So, in your next conversation, I challenge you to try this out, to start matching people's body language and tonality. And you'll also start to see when people have great conversations and great connections, they just start matching each other's pace, rhythm, tonality, and body language automatically. And all the skills I went over are very simple, but when you master them, they change everything. They'll help you create deeper relationships, boost your career, and just become someone that people love to talk to. And if you want to take your body language and tonality to a world-class leadership level, I have a whole video on that. And if you appreciate someone who's invested over $100,000 in personal development, giving away the best things that they've learned for free, please like, comment, and share this video with someone who appreciate it. And I have tons of videos already up on YouTube and tons more in the works. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next gems that I drop.